Hello, my name is Amir Tarasas. I'm going to talk about Akira Yoshizawa, the Grandmaster of Origami. I'm going to begin by explaining what origami is. Origami has been around for hundreds of years. We don't know where it started, but China made the paper, and Japan has a strong history of paper folding. Origami is a mathematical form, but in a fun way. In origami, you fold paper. There is no cutting, gluing involved, and you make wild, weird things, shapes, and figures. I am personally obsessed with origami. I started origami by doing fortune tellers at school in the first grade. In second grade, I got more into traditional models. I made cranes, frogs, flapping birds, and went to origamiinstructions.com and learned more models. At the end of the second grade, I went to an exhibit at the Japanese American National Museum titled The Infinite Possibilities of Paper Folding and discovered more complex types of origami. This year, in the third grade, everything has changed. I ventured beyond the usual website for origami and came across the website Origami.net, which led me to work on the Venus flytrap designed by Jeremy Schaefer, which led me to the BARF, the Bay Area Rapid Folders website, where I discovered models by Jeremy Schaefer. In the last 6 months, I have been working hard on complex models. For Christmas, I got documentaries, books, and a lot of origami paper. And I now have an origami workshop in my bedroom. My name is Amir Terasas, and I'm going to show you my workshop. So first we have gigantic 3D origami. This is my own model. And here's a peacock that I also made from giant units. Here is an unfinished peacock I had to finish at some point. Here's a little bird, one of the original birds that I made. It's basically a smaller version of this. It's basically made out of these little small triangles. So here are my models. I'm going to show you two. This is one called the man's water. Then you just flip it, and then you just swat it. Then there's the man. And I'm going to show you this one, the surfer on the wave. So the last one is the Venus flytrap. So now I'm going to show you my paper. I have several different types of paper with different colors and different designs. I have little unit origami, so you just make these, then you can attach them on this and stuff. And I have my finished and unfinished projects, and this is the crease pattern for something. The crease pattern is just you pinch on the indicated lines, like this. So just like that. And now these are my books, and that's all, pretty much. I also became a junior member of Origami USA. They have a convention every summer in New York City, but I'm going to wait till 2014 when I go to the International Origami Convention in Tokyo. So, who is the person that started this serious business of origami?
One square, 3 different folders. They each looked back on where some of their early inspiration came from.
Yoshizawa Sensei.
Yoshizawa was a Japanese origami artist who lived in Japan from March 14, 1911 until March 14, 2005. As a little boy, he loved to do origami. When he was 13, he got a factory job, which he later left to do origami full-time. For the first 20 years, he lived in extreme poverty. He sold fish and soup door to door while working on his origami. Mr. Yoshizawa was also self-taught in the art of origami. Yoshizawa took origami from a folk art to a sophisticated, complicated mathematical endeavor. He started an origami evolution. He introduced origami wet folding, where you keep your paper moist so that you can curve your paper for your design. It allows artists to use thicker paper and for the origami to have a look like a sculpture. He also is the first person to ever invent origami diagrams. These are instructions on the sequence of folds you take to fold different models. He never sold the diagram, but instead gave them away as gifts. Yoshizawa is most famous for his butterfly diagram. All origami artists consider Mr. Yoshizawa the grandmaster of origami. In 1998, the Louvre Museum in Paris, one of the largest and most visited museums in the world, invited Mr. Yoshizawa to exhibit his work. He created more than 50,000 models of origami in his lifetime and published several books of origami diagrams. This year, on what would have been his 101st birthday, Google honored his memory and work by converting their logo into origami. This is a prestigious recognition for anyone's work and is known as a Google Doodle. Akira Yoshizawa passed away in 2005 in Tokyo from complications of pneumonia. His memory lives on.